Hello, good day. In this particular lecture, we are going to learn about economic systems. Economics answers three basic questions, and generally the economists try to answer these questions through different ways. The three basic questions are what to produce, how to produce, and for whom to produce. More formally, these questions are what goods and services should be produced to meet the consumer needs, how should they be produced, and who should be producing them, who should receive the goods and services. If you look at these questions, these all questions are related to the allocation of resources. The way in which society decides about its allocation of resources determines its economic system. So, more formally, the answers of these questions depend on a country's economic system. The economic system of a country answers who should own the resources, who should decide who should, what should the resources be used for, and similarly, how the technology should be involved, what kind of technology we should be used. Should you be using more labor intensive or capital intensive technologies? Or who should be buying the goods and services? Who should be able to afford them? Should these goods be for everyone, like, say, for example, the public roads, the defense, the police, and the firefighting services? Or should they be, depending on the who are able to purchase them, they should be getting those services? The answers of these questions determine that what kind of system you have. We can classify any type of economic system by two characteristics: who owns the resources and who answers the fundamental questions. There are three main types of economic systems we study in economics: the command economic system, the market economic system, and the mixed economic system. The mixed economic system lies in between the two extremes of the command and market economic systems. In this particular lecture, we are going to look at briefly all these systems. First of all, we should talk about the command economy. In a command economy, the government answers all the fundamental questions of economics, like what to produce, how to produce, and for whom to produce. In a pure command economy, government owns everything. The government owns all of the resources, and they direct those resources towards the best use, towards the best welfare-oriented projects. The government can direct them to produce what is best for the society as a whole, rather than what might be in the interest of the private individuals. It doesn't care what actually individuals want. It only cares what actually is the biggest, what is good for the in terms of the biggest welfare. In this economic system, the government owns everything: the land, the businesses, and even the people, what their occupations would be. In a market economy, on the other hand, resources are not owned by the government, rather, they are owned by the private individuals. The pure market economy recognizes the private ownership of the resources. The goods and services that are produced are not determined by the government. Rather, production is determined by the businesses responding to the wants and desires of the consumers. We all know that this process occurs through the interaction of demand and supply. The markets determine everything through demand and supply: what is being demanded in the market and what producers are willing to supply in the market, what price the people are willing to pay, and what price the producers are willing to charge. And that's what determines the basic questions in economics, like in the mixed economic, in the market economic system. Consumers determine what will be produced. You might have heard about the consumer sovereignty, which suggests that in a market economy, consumers are king. In the last, the mixed economic system. The mixed economic system lies in between the market economy and the command economy. In a mixed economic system, some parts or sectors of the economy are left to the private ownership, while in other sectors there is substantial government ownership or the government directed production, which is commanded economy. In a mixed economy, the government intervenes in those sectors where private ownership is believed to be not in the best of the interest of the society as a whole. Like, say, for example, again, the provision of the public goods, the provision of such goods which cannot be priced in the market. For example, in a mixed economy, the government might control the production and the distribution of healthcare. Whereas, like in the other kind of the questions, like could be answered by the private sector. So mixed economies are relatively common in Western Europe, in countries such as France, Sweden, and Italy. Thank you for joining us.